Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for August 20th, Thursday, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will be having third in a series of the humanitarian structured project call this Monday. At the same time as all the other ones at 6 p.m. Eastern. So, any of you that are interested in, as far as formulating a direction with your projects and ideas, that'll be a good call to go to. And there is another avenue. I'm looking at it. I'm not sure about it to help people. We'll see. I'm just not going to present it yet because there's just avenues of it that I need to be familiar with. Also, we're going to have a health call in the near future here that I'll be announcing. I'll be on the PAO, the Sheldon Nidell webinar this Sunday. Those of you who are familiar with PAO, you can go to their website and it'll give you directions on how to access the webinar. They send newsletters out. A lot of you do get those newsletters. There's information that I'm going to settle the civilization on feelings of worry and stress and fear of certain things that have been happening on the planet and direction, and the outlook and the truth of everything. Pretty much I'll try to cover it as much as I can on that webinar. Also, we've got the podcast that will be on Tuesday, which is the 25th. And that's with G. And I gave that information out last night. And anybody that wants that information, that's on the 25th. And that's Seraph G. And that's with Global Enlightenment Tradionnetwork.com. Radionetwork.com. Now, how do you predict the future? How do you predict the future? You invent it. And when we come to that understanding, many have not come to any clarity with this, but I think that we're making great progress. Those that come to this meditation to fully embrace. It's a little tough at first to do that, to understand how powerful each of us are in creating into reality. We know that whatever thoughts our mind is perpetually entertaining, our bodies end up attracting that similar type of situation into our lives. So if you think 1,000 positive, abundant thoughts in a row that are filled with gratitude, ease, and excitement about your future, you'll find that the universe will literally manifest a very fun and enjoyable future for you. And this is crucial as we transition more and more into the higher dimensional frequencies of existence. This is your universe. And I know that sounds a little strange for a lot of people, because people just don't look at things that way. They haven't been educated in that direction. But this is your universe, and it obeys your every energetic command. It responds to how you are feeling behind the thoughts you're thinking. it responds to how you're feeling behind the thoughts you're thinking. This means you cannot trick or fool the universe into creating into reality or manifesting anything that you think you want, yet don't truly believe with your heart. This is what happens with the majority of this civilization. People think they can trick the universe into creating into reality or manifesting anything that they think they want, yet don't truly believe with their heart. Have you ever done that? Have you ever thought about something that you wanted, but it didn't come from the heart? So when you can feel something is true through your heart mind, the universe hears your sincerity and responds accordingly. Why do you think so many people get so frustrated in this civilization where, they go, oh, I've tried everything, nothing works. Nothing works. Because it's not coming from your heart. And you can't fake that. You cannot fake coming from the heart. Do you honestly think that with this wealth release, this flood of wealth to the stewards of the planet, the transition of wealth with the civilization to the people of the planet, do you realize, I think you do, that if it is not in their hearts and they have ulterior motives, they won't have the stewardship of the wealth, nor the wealth. But when the universe hears your sincerity, it will respond accordingly. It's like your best friend who will always match wherever you're energetically at in your life. So energetically, if you are down and low and worried and stressful and fearful and questioning yourself about things, then universe, you're not going to get anything but more of the same. A positive, abundant attitude about your financial structure, future existence. So the universe right now is intimately listening to you right now. And it's highly sensitive and attuned to you. It's constantly surrounding you with the people, situations, and environments that are a match for your attitude, energy, and consciousness. Now, as we understand how like attracts like and are consciously living abundant attitudes toward and about our financial futures, being a master of money simply means this: you have mastery over your mind. Being a master of money simply means that you have mastery over your mind. Well, many of you are there with that. It means you are conscious enough of your thoughts to have trained the mind to stop focusing on what you don't want in life. And you are only using your precious time to focus on what you do want. How many people focus on what they don't want? How many times do you hear people say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want that to happen, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to be that way, I don't want this to go this way? People say it a lot. And I've done everything I can with people to try to help them not say that and shift to, I don't care to have that take place. That's different, saying it that way. But when you just keep using, you just don't realize that I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this. If you cannot stop your mind from thinking negative thoughts about money, then you have become a slave to your mind, and it is the master over you. If you cannot stop your mind from thinking negative thoughts about money, then then you have become a slave to your mind, and it is the master over you. And once the mind begins listening to you, knowing you are in charge of it, it will follow you like a little puppy wherever you want it to go. Then you'll be able to keep your mind focused in a positive, abundant direction for 1,000 thoughts in a row. This is what it takes to attract a real, live, abundant outcome in your life. And when you can truly have 1,000 positive thoughts in a row without having one doubt of interruption, you will see amazing things manifest, creating a reality in the physical form. Most of us don't do that. We allow the mind to control us. I can't tell you how many people say that they don't like money, they hate money, money's evil, money's bad, money's this, money's that. And they have this attitude of total negativity towards money. Money corrupts, money does this, money does that. And then they wonder why they're in the predicaments that they're in, and why they cannot expand their financial strength. Now, we all know that, when we try to train the mind to focus only in one direction, it's not always easy. It takes a bit of discipline and a ton of devotion to learning a new way of relating to your mind. You'll need to know your mind intimately and how it can think outside the financial box you're in. And when you practice seeing the truly powerful, creating into reality, being you truly are, you'll be able to drop poverty thinking with effortless ease. This is appropriate because of what's getting ready to take place on this planet. If your mindset isn't a certain way, and you are not the master of your mind, why do you think people get in so mucked up when they are presented with wealth? Why do you think they do? Because they are not masters of their minds. The mind is the master of them. Very sensitive to external authority and input. Very sensitive to comments and suggestions and different attitudes and ideas. Now, to initiate our journey towards financial freeness is usually the hardest for people. Being financially stuck can be uncomfortably comfortable, as if you were stuck in a cozy velvet rut. And you may feel like you're standing chest deep in thick, warm mud and not feeling like you can move in any direction. You ever felt that way before? And if you try to step up and out of it and onto solid ground, it can be super challenging and even painful. And when you're too deep in debt or poverty thinking, it may be a long, slow process getting out. But once you reach higher ground, you'll feel absolutely amazing. Your chest will feel light and expansive, your shoulders will feel relaxed, and your mind will be free. It takes a solid commitment within yourselves that you will one day be jumping in the air free as a bird on solid ground. So you reinforce it through creating affirmations. Some form of positive affirmation that will begin pulling you up and out of the poverty consciousness mud pool. It's a message that makes your heart expand with a big yes. something that will literally fill your heart with amazing positivity that fits like a puzzle piece over that dark black hole where you feel the most blocked. Now, first 3 words of an affirmation in this direction, I am capable, should have that in it. And this is all important because of the mindset. This meditation is about the mindset of money. Now, oftentimes we have the egoic energy that messes with us, and we get a twisted perception of money. And since many of you are going to be receiving great financial responsibility, if you have the mindset that money is not good or it's bad, you may not even know this. And then when you're gifted the wealth, it's really going to be important on what your mindset is. Now, if your mindset is free-flowing, that you're downstream thinking, and you literally are out of that mud hole, you're not in it. You're not of poverty consciousness, worry, stressing, and fearing about, how are you going to pay this, and how are you going to do this, and how are you going to do that, and how strapped you are. All of those thoughts are being dictated by your mind. The mind is the master when you have those thoughts, because you embrace them. And the ego mind literally structures them to you at a phenomenal rate of speed. So, you're in that mud hole and you can't move. So it's important to be free. And that's when you pull yourself out of that mud hole, you wash yourself off, and you're absolutely free. You're free-flowing. And you work from the heart mind, not the mind. You work from the heart. Now, the heart oversees the mind. The heart mind oversees the mind. You master the mind through the heart mind. Master your mind through the heart mind. Okay? Now, you need the mind for the heart mind to direct it and to generate the thoughts that you desire. See, now, a lot of people don't understand that. But you direct the mind on the thoughts that it will generate for you that you desire to have the thoughts to create into reality. You're in command, see? Most of the people on this planet don't understand that. Even some of the ones that are exorbitantly wealthy. They don't get that, see? So it's always free-flowing. And being a master of money simply means you have mastery over your mind. That's really important to absorb and comprehend. And some people get fearful. The ego mind sends in another thought. How do I do that? How long is that going to take me? You see what happens is all of it is like never ending, okay? Which will derail you. Instead of just understanding what that means. It means you are conscious enough of your thoughts to have trained your mind to stop focusing on what you don't want in life. And you're only using your precious time to focus on what you do want or desire. Now, this is a wonderful roadmap for each and every one of us. If you cannot stop your mind from thinking negative thoughts about money, like, oh, money, I don't care about money, I really could give a rat's ass about money, then you have become a slave to your mind, and it is the master over you. And then, once the mind begins listening to you, knowing you are in charge of it, it will follow you. It literally will follow you like a little puppy. Whenever you want, wherever you want it to go. So that way, you then will be able to keep your mind focused in a positive, abundant direction for 1,000 thoughts in a row. And this is what it takes. If you're willing to take that path, this is what it takes to attract a real, live, abundant outcome in your life. When you can truly have 1,000 positive thoughts in a row without having one doubt of interruption. You will instantaneously experience, see amazing things, create into reality, manifest into physical form. Now imagine having that structure, that perspective, when you receive the wealth, rather than having the other one when you receive the wealth. Would you prefer to have your mind be the master over you when you receive the wealth? That's a scary thought, isn't it? Or would you rather be the master of your mind when you receive the wealth? And where does that decision come from? You. Nobody else. You. That's why it's so important to go from heart-mind over the mind. So through the heart-mind, you master the mind. And then the mind becomes the little puppy following you wherever you want it to go. And then it listens to you. And you'll be able to keep... How many of you have not been able to keep it focused for very long because it wanders everywhere? And this way you can keep the mind focused in a positive, abundant direction. And every thought you have, at least through 1,000, is positive, are abundant. Now, having that in place before you receive your wealth, which many should have by now, at least to a certain extent, is a whole different ballgame. The only time you don't have money is when you think you won't. The only time you don't have money is when you think you won't. Now, is that the mind mastering over you? Yeah, it is. How many people worry about not having money and then they don't? Rather than knowing the universe is at your beck and call, and your mind is at your beck and call, and you're the master of the mind, and you're the master of the universe. You see the difference? Huge difference compared to what most of the civilizations, what state they're currently in. This is why it's so imperative for the stewards of the wealth to transfer, to understand this. This is absolutely paramount. And any of us that thinks that we can trick the universe, we have a rude awakening coming, because you can't. It's just like if you tell somebody, well, I'm going to do this project, and then you have no intention of doing it. It's just smoke and mirrors. Well, the new system, you won't have the wealth if that's your intention. So, do you prefer to be a master of money, which simply means you have mastery over your mind, and you train the mind to stop focusing on what you don't want in life? and are only using your precious time to focus on what you do want. Through the heart mind. And if you cannot stop your mind from thinking negative thoughts about money, then you have become a slave to your mind, and it is the master over you. This isn't difficult to at least understand. And so once our minds begin listening to us, knowing we are in charge of it, it will follow us like a little puppy wherever we want it to go. And then we'll be able to keep our mind focused in a positive, abundant direction for at least 1,000 thoughts in a row. This is what it takes to attract a real, live, abundant outcome in our lives. And when each of us can truly have 1,000 thoughts in a row without having one doubt of interruption, then that's when all the magic begins. And it never ends as long as you maintain that semblance. And it takes devotion. Learning a new way of relating to your mind. That's what this is all about. It's preparing you for a whole different existence. And we all know that the more prepared and knowledgeable we are before the new world, the new existence engages, those are the ones that will flow through. And those are the ones that will be downstream in the boat and having the current just take them. Master your mind, and you will master money, amongst many other things. Master your mind, and you will master money, and master the universe. And you know how to do it now. When you truly have 1,000 positive thoughts in a row, without having one doubt of interruption, that's when you'll see the magic be created into reality, into form. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, is to relax our bodies. And you relax your body and you talk with your body. So when you talk with your body, you say, relax. Let's drop the shoulders. If there's any pain that we're experiencing, let's alleviate the pain, let go of the pain. A lot of us hold on to pain like it's our dear life. We hold on to pain. Another thing we do is we fight pain. We fight it. It's like we're in a tug of war. We fight instead of releasing and surrender. I surrender to my pain. It's a whole different existence. I surrender to the love that I am. Instead, most of us fight the love that we are. So relax the body. Let it go. Anything that you may have attracted to yourself that you're consciously aware of, that you don't care, it doesn't serve you the greater good or the highest good or the highest frequency, then surrender it, let it go. The body will be just very joyous and happy that you do that. So as the body relaxes, eases, moves into ease, then you want to move into the now. And the now is really all we will ever have in existence. It is moment to moment. The space between heartbeat. We create our future in the now. And it stills the mind, it stills that chatter that we all experience, that noise that, is haranguing. We still that. We still the ego mind. And this helps mastery of your mind, because right now you're in your heart mind. You're not in the ego mind. You're not in your mind. You're in your heart mind. Some of us, well, I'd say all of us, we reminisce about the past. And we enjoy it. We go over things that we've experienced. And, we have a wonderful time with that. It gives us, it motivates us, inspires us to bring our good feeling out. But some of us stay there too long and visit it too much. And then what happens is that we inadvertently take it and move it into a future that doesn't exist, and we create the future from that past, and we live that past in that future. Then we find ourselves saying to ourselves, why does it feel like I've been standing still and running in circles my whole life? It feels like I've not gone anywhere. That's what happens when you relive the past, that you created a future from the past and relived the past in that future. So to be aware of this is also part of mastering the mind. And literally being in the heart mind. And the future we're creating in the now. And by mastering the mind, your future you will be a master of money, and you'll be a master of the universe. When you master your mind, you master money. When you master your mind, you master the universe. So also, we've relaxed the body, we're in the now. We want to breathe. We want to breath in through our noses and breath out through our mouths. And we take an easy breath in. What is this breath? It's divine positive energy. Why is it divine positive energy? Because it houses the God, the pure consciousness within us. It feeds the body that houses the God. It's divine. And now, unfortunately, many of us forget to breathe, and we need a machine to remind us to breathe. Never think for 1 minute that you are not in control of your body. Never think for 1 minute that you do not have the power over the body. Because if you do think that way, it means that the mind has mastered you. So we take this divine positive energy, we're all seated, relaxed, in the now. We have stilled the mind, and we start with the root chakra. Now, in Sanskrit, that means Muladhara. Career, money, mindset, sense of well-being, belonging. Now, the chakras, the 7 chakras through the center of the body, all the way up to the spinal column, all the way up to the top of your head, they look like flowers with geometric designs in the center. They're energy vortexes. And we take this divine positive energy, this breath, and we visualize pulling it up through the center of these chakras. The root chakra represents our foundation and feeling of being grounded. And where is it? It's at the base of the spine, the tailbone area, or the coccyx. Emotional issues that are related to this chakra. Survival issues such as financial independence, money, and food. Physical association is your spine, your rectum, your legs, your arms, and your circulatory system. This is important for us to know these energy vortexes that bridge between etheric, physical, spiritual, physical, back and forth. And we go to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra. This is the Vadhisthana. This is sexuality and pleasure. The sacral chakra, which is our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. Where is it? It's in the lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. Emotional issues that we are found to be related: sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Physical association is our reproductive organs, our kidneys, our bowels, and our immune system. Then we move to the yellow wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. Personal power, the ability to channel. Our ability to be confident and in control of our lives. Mastering the mind. Location is upper abdomen and stomach area. Emotional issues are self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. If you have low self-worth, low self-confidence, and low self-esteem, you definitely have a definitive blockage in your solar plexus chakra, the yellow wheel of light. And what is the physical effect? Central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, and skin. Then we move to the heart chakra, green wheel of light, the Anahata. This is love, relationships, and self-acceptance. It is literally our ability to love, and it's located in the center of the chest, just above the heart. What are the emotional issues? Love, joy, inner peace. Understand these vortexes are inner. These chakras are inner. What's the physical association? Our heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, immune system. Then we move to the throat chakra, the blue wheel of light, the Vishuddha. Self-expression. It's our ability to communicate. If you have issues communicating, communication of self-expression, of feelings, the truth, and you definitely have some blockage in your throat chakra. The physical associations of the thyroid. How many people have thyroid issues? Respiratory system, teeth, vocal cords. And then we go to the third eye chakra, the indigo wheel of light, the Ajna. Intuition, sense of purpose, and direction in life. Our ability to focus on and see the big picture. Mastering the mind. Location, forehead, right between the eyes. Emotional issues, intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, science, sinuses. And then we move to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara, connection to the divine. The highest chakra, the highest chakra represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually. Fully connected spiritually. It's at the very top of the head. Emotional issues are inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality and pure bliss. Bliss is housed deep within our core. Physical association, pineal gland, brain and nervous system. Now we've taken this divine positive energy through all these energy vortexes. These energy vortexes allow our God light energy to flow through them. So we have it. We brought it all the way up to the tops of our heads. We move it a little bit back, and we hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief holding, we compress and condense it into pure liquid frequency energy. Omnipotently powerful. And we release it over the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies. It is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It is the gateway to consciousness, pure consciousness, the God, and beyond. So when we release this liquid energy over the pineal gland, you can view it as a prune, a raisin, however you see it. I see it as a rosebud, kind of a green ball. And once I release this liquid energy over it, it immediately blossoms, blooms full into multicolored rose, vibrant, emitting a wonderful fragrance, full health, full capacity, and the gateways are opened. And I effortlessly connect with the God within me, connect with the universe, connect with all the particles of existence, and master the mind. from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And there are others with us in the forming of this meditation for this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in the forming of this circle of light. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. They are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Now, we don't see them like we see each other, is because they vibrate at a different frequency than we do. And the civilization is trillions. Now, they've been assisting us from the beginning, and we have been assisting them in many different ways. They love to meet us. They love to interact with us. And there's not one of you that has not met one in this existence, in this life. And when you meet them, in humanoid form, and they're just out of the clear blue, no, just somewhere, something happens, you end up meeting with them, and you're in a different space, a different frequency when you're talking with them. It's like everything around you doesn't exist, and you're focused on them, but you don't know why. And it's not like they're saying much, but you're just in this different frequency. And then when they're no longer in your presence, it dawns on you that that was an angel. Now, because of their frequency, they can surround any one of us in the thousands of numbers. The reason they're able to do this is because their frequency, they're able to have a large number in a small space. And we also have the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, and Thought. Many, many, many more. Now, these, all of them are consciously aware that they are of the highest, from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And they are those who have mastered ascension out of physical form into God form, pure consciousness, and hold it. We are God, pure consciousness, that enter physical form to master physical form and experience it. Does it make any of us any different than each other as we are made from Source Creator and pure, deep, eternal love? No, we're all one. And we're all assembled here. And we all call out, we're compelled to call out to all the different reflections and aspects of all of us, all the other particles of Source creation. So we call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming the circle of light. And they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions from every direction. They are with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth. Only those, there's many species and civilizations, but only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, and all the celestials. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them. Over 1,000 travel through this solar system every day. Now, the ones we're familiar with somewhat, this includes all the species and levels of each of these civilizations. And we're talking about the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Arcturians, the felines, the Zeta Reticuli, the Greys, the Nords, the Reptilians, the Dracos, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, many, many, many more. Only those who are consciously aware, this means that their frequency is high into deep eternal love. They must be consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. They cannot sustain their presence with us if their frequencies are low. And they've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they are with us now, in the billions. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them, and they come in the trillions, shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we've never seen before. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, and many, many, many more. And they, in the trillions, are with us now. We're all assembled for the liberation and ascension of this planet into higher dimension. All of our gods together, arm in arm, hand in hand, we are in full consciousness. Non-negativity, non-ego, non-judgment, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance. We're all one. We're all God, and we're all love. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We all join, we create this magnificent, spectacular, omnipotently powerful circle of light. It embraces the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. It is the God-light energy within each and every one of us. Source Creator. It is so bright it grays out the darkness of space. It would take at least 1 billion of the suns in this solar system to equal its brilliance. This is pure, deep, eternal love. This is what we all are made of. It floods and saturates and bathes all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universe is everything and everything, eternally, perpetually, lifting the vibrational frequencies of everything and everything. We begin to ascend as this circle of light. As we ascend, we're immediately met with a gossamer field of trillions of reflective light panels of different vibrant colors, many we've never seen before. These are reflections and aspects and facets of all of us. And then we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the power of healing. We then are met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This column reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This column reminds us that each and every one of us is imbued, head to toe, inside and out, with this white fire armor, an impenetrable field of pure, deep, eternal love. Nothing externally can dislodge it, can penetrate it, can disturb it, can harm it. Nothing. Each of us are protected 24/7, eternally. But only you have the power that if you choose to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, you will then create a breach in your white fire armor, allowing lower dark matter frequencies and lower survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. You choose to do this. You're immediately met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds you that you can immediately call upon the purple transmuting flame. You can literally transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies in a neutral light substance, and you literally send them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. You then are met with the violet ray. This column reminds you that you can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame and harmonize, purify, and cleanse that area where those lower frequencies were, thus restoring your white fire armor and eliminating the breach. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This column reminds us of the love that made us, that we're made of and from. We see it in our sunset, our sun rises. We see it in our sky, our clouds. We see it in our forests. We see it in our water and the rainbows. We see it everywhere. And the reason that we're such in awe of it is because we're in awe of the very divinity and perfection that all of us are. We are all breathtaking. We are all magnificent creations of Source Creator. We continue to ascend. Some of us decide, carrying physical form, to step out of our physical forms and effortlessly float above them. As we do this, we come upon a massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. And we can see emanating from in it this aura, this ball, this kind of oblong circle. And it's easily releasing waves of trillion multicolored flames. And they're literally saturating each one, flooding and bathing all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value universe, everything and everything. This planet Earth, Gaia, in it, on it, above it, and below it. At the top of it, we've designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees. The golden ocean is pure, deep, eternal love. And you see the power and the intensity of deep, eternal love flooding and lifting the vibrational frequencies of everything and everything. Eternally. Now, each of us are a drop of the golden ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that ocean. When we move a little bit further, and we see our meditative spirit set center circle. We all created this sphere well over 2 years ago. It holds well over 900 of our meditations in perpetual motion. The purest of intent, of love, of goodness and kindness, of humbleness and generosity and gentleness, of bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance, brimming and teeming, flooding all of us eternally, head to toe, inside and out. You can understand why a paradise has been birthed with this planet and this world. A God planet. The intensity of the love is insurmountable. It is immeasurable. All low dark matter frequencies and low survival matter frequencies cannot exist. They cannot. And you choose, each of us choose, in this moment, in this now, in this meditation, to master our minds. We will then master money. We will then master the universe. Master your mind. And it will become a puppy that follows you everywhere you want it to go. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. in. Easy, deep breath out. Move slowly. Feel through the heart-mind. Through the heart-mind, you'll be able to master the mind. And as you master the mind, you will master the universe. Take this with you through the rest of the day, into the evening and night, into the following morning.